Hey everybody, it's Jasmine, and today I'm bringing back one of your guys' favorite series on my channel where I bring you guys 5 different looks using 5 different palettes, all from one brand. Now this week I wanted to include some Makeup Revolution palettes. Now I actually have a lot of Makeup Revolution palettes. I believe I have a total of maybe 11 or 12 of them. So this is only going to be 5 of the bunch. You'll definitely see like another week where I do the other 5. But this week I really wanted to focus on a lot of color. So as you see here, I have a bright, bold red with a black graphic liner moment. So I hope you guys all enjoy the first day of the series, and let's get started. Usually for these series, I like to make sure that day 1 has all of my base makeup so that all of the days to come, they're pretty much the same and it's just the eyeshadows. But for today, I think it's going to be a little bit different because this palette also has face shades in here. So I kind of want to stay true to that. So I'm going to do 2 bases for the looks for the series. Today I'm using my Catrice matte primer. I am almost done. I'm like at the point where I'm like having to squeeze it really weird to get it out. I think I have maybe 2 or 3 uses of this left. I do have another one on backup, but right now I think I want to go through so many more primers because I'm hoarding so many foundations, concealers, base products. Today I'm using my Fenty foundation. I'm in the shade 290. I'm gonna go ahead and apply just 1 pump all across the skin. Truthfully, I haven't used this foundation in quite a while because I had so many other foundations that I wanted to run through first. So this one was like on my lower priority list of foundations that I want to use up. I'm almost done with my Catrice foundation and I'm almost done with my ShopMissA foundation. So that's a good sign. This one is just a hair too dark from my neck, but it's okay, we will lighten it up. Oh my god, my allergies are going crazy right now. So because we only have 1 pump of foundation on the skin, I'm gonna go ahead and layer up. I'm gonna take one of my Catrice concealers. This one is in the shade Light Natural. It is so light, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually apply it on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna do another pump of foundation and then mix the 2. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to apply this like concealer under the eyes, on the forehead, anywhere we really need to brighten up. And then because that jaw area is just a little darker than my neck, we are gonna drag whatever is left on the concealer brush back towards the jaw and hairline. If I am not talking, it's literally because I keep sneezing, so I'm so sorry. But we are still going to blend this out. It's pretty much nothing new. I'm just trying to make sure that the skin doesn't look too dark because of the foundation being just a hair too tan for me at the moment. Listen, everyone in the house started talking and running around, and so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do one eye off camera. It's just gonna be a simple all matte smoky eye. I don't know what happened, okay? I don't know where I went wrong. It was originally going to be deepened up with some black eyeshadow in the outer corner, and then one thing led to another. I grabbed eyeliner and then it was just like, hi. So we're gonna do a graphic liner, and I've only done graphic liner twice on my channel, and I think right now, I think this is the best I've ever done. So practice definitely does make perfect. So what I have here is a red base all over, and then I have some black shadows smoked out, and then I just went over it with some regular eyeliner. So the palette of choice today is this one right here. This is the Revolution Pro London palette. This is the Ultimate Artist palette here. Now, when I first got this palette, I got a couple DMs from people saying that they did not like this palette. It was unblendable, it was patchy. Now, aside from today, I've only used this palette once before, and I found that it was a pretty standard palette. I didn't find any patchiness whatsoever, and even with this eye look already, I don't see any patchiness either. So there may be an inconsistency, but I'm going to continue with the look with this whole palette, and then we'll see how my opinion changes. Because there is no matte cream shade in the palette, I'm gonna go ahead and set my eyes with the Makeup Revolution Bacon Blot in the shade Banana. So let's talk about some of the shades that I'm using. So I definitely went in with the UV red shade, and then because there are blushes, I did go into all of the blush shades today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start with UV red. I started with that in my crease. The good thing is, so far with this palette, I haven't experienced any fallout. Everything seems to be pressed in. I don't want to say like super hard, because I've definitely had palettes where it was pressed in like way too hard, but this one seems okay. I don't have any issues with it. But I mean, so far so good. With the eyeshadows in particular, with the matte ones, I think that it's definitely recommendable on my behalf. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm actually going to go into the two lightest blush shades. The blush shades here, they're not named anything super funky. It's like what you see is what you get. So we have a lilac here and then the pink. So I'm just going to mix the two on that same brush. We're only really using a couple brushes today to complete this look because it's so easy. Now I'm going to go right. Do you hear my sister screaming? This is what I'm talking about. I can't. I'm just gonna go right in here, and I'm just gonna go in and blend. Now it is going to shift the red into a pink, but that's completely fine. We're going to build up that red more closely to the actual eyelid. Now I know because I have a yellow skin tone, red doesn't blend into my skin as seamlessly. So we're gonna take another brush. This is actually the same brush as this, I just have two. This is part of the Kaleidos Futurism set. They don't have any numbers or anything on them, but I do have another one of the same blending brushes. And I'm gonna go right on that edge, and I'm going to go ahead and seamlessly blend it into my skin. This one isn't 100% clean because I already used it on this eye, but it'll still work the same. Now we're picking up the two darker blush shades, Coral and Red, and we are going to go ahead and deepen up our eye look right here. We are going to go back into UV Red soon. It's just that I want to build up my intensity now. I cannot believe I have class later and I have to go see my teacher in her office hours, and like, I'm just gonna show up, hey teach, what's poppin'? But you know what, it's whatever. I'm just expressing myself and my creativity, and that's all I could do. That's all I could really do right now. I really told myself, Jasmine, we're gonna do a simple all matte smoky eye, which I did. I did it, but did anyone ask for a graphic liner? No. Now we are going to take an eyeshadow brush, and we are going to go back with the UV red, and we're going to go ahead and apply this all over the eyelid. I do find that when I am sweeping it on my eye like this, I do get a little bit of fallout, but when I'm blending and everything, no, I don't. For the graphic liner, I'm actually taking two different brushes. Now these are both pencil brushes, but they are of different sizes. So this is again part of the Kaleidos brush set, and then this is a Sigma brush. So the Kaleidos is more of a actual pencil brush, I would say, like your typical size. And then the Sigma one is more of like a pinpoint brush. It's definitely a lot smaller, and then the tip actually comes up to a point. This one is literally called Pinpoint Concealer. So these two will be what I'm using today. And then there is a black in the palette called Black. Go figure, right there. Now originally I was thinking, oh, like we're gonna do a smoked out liner. So what I did was I went right in this outer corner area and I just stippled on the black, and I just made a point like that, and then it kind of just got out of hand. So I'm going to try and make these wings even real quick. So we are just doing a triangle, honestly, right now for this portion. And then we are going to blend it down actually towards the lash line so it looks a little bit more seamless. And then I went ahead and I grabbed the pinpoint brush. And this is where you just don't breathe. This is actually the part where you're going to have to probably not talk. So we are gonna go ahead and do it. Just go. We will blend it a little bit more, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my eyeliner. This is my Physicians Formula Eye Booster pen. I'm going to do my liner as usual. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that thin line like I normally do. And then as we get into here, we could actually start deepening up the black. Well, I can definitely tell you that these are not completely even, which is totally fine. This one has more of like a curve and this one is just a little lower. So we will fix it and I'll show you how to fix it. Oh yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our pencil brush again and then we're gonna smoke this one higher. So with whatever is left on the brush, we are just going to take that black and bring it up like so. We're gonna take some concealer. We are gonna take our little concealer brush and now we're going to cut our crease butt from the bottom here, which is totally fine. It happens, like nobody's perfect. Just like Hannah Montana said. Sorry that I was sitting back. I really was focusing and I wasn't really paying attention to the camera, but you guys kind of got the gist. So we are gonna take that UV red one more time and we are going to pat that right on top of the concealer and it's going to look completely fine. It's not going to be oversaturated in that one spot because we built up the red. We built up the pinks and the reds. So when we go in with the red eyeshadow, it actually is going to look pretty crisp and it's going to look clean. So now it's a little bit more even, which is great. That's what we wanted. So what I did was I just applied concealer right on this wing area so that we eliminate some of the red eyeshadow so that all you see is the black wing. And this was pretty easy to do. It does take a lot of patience, not going to lie. And it takes a lot of not breathing. So you're working on your respiratory health as well, which is great because sometimes you never know, like when you're gonna go swimming, you never know where you're gonna be underwater and you just need to hold your breath, which is great. I actually have my lash glue drying right now, so I'm going to take that bacon blot again and I'm actually going to take the time to actually set my under eyes. I don't really use under eye setting powder as much anymore, but recently I've been trying to, you know, test out what will actually work, what will not give me flashback, because I do plan on taking a lot of flash photography for the holidays. For lashes, I'm using ones with a little bit of flare at the end. So these ones are by Lovely Vanity Cosmetics, and this is in the style First Love. I'm gonna go ahead and just apply it with my fingers as so. A little dramatic for this look, not going to lie, but I think it's cute. I think it's real cute because if I go like this, if I do the half open look, it's just like, it's nice. It's nice. Okay, I'm not going to change them. I'm going to keep it. But for my lower lash line, I'm thinking I want to do a little bit of black and a little bit of red, but like blended but contrasted sort of way. So I'm going to use some eyeliner. This one's by Real Her. This is the I Am Amazing eyeliner. I really do like this stuff. I actually tight lined with it earlier. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to look up into a mirror and I'm going to line only halfway on my lower waterline. I kind of want this to be an extension of the wings, that's why. And then we are going to take a little bit on our pencil brush that we had earlier. And we are going to get right up in that lash line. Now without taking too many brushes, let's go into our eyeshadow brush again. And right here, we are going to start blending in the red. So right where we use the black on that little pencil brush, we are going to take the red right on top of it. And this is going to blend it together. So I think we've done enough for the eyes. Let's actually go into the face side of the palette. Now, the bronzer and contour shades as well as the blush shades are very intimidating for me, not gonna lie. So we are actually going to take a little bit of the bronze shade. I don't know, that looks a little red. But the contour shade is also really, really cool tone. We might do the contour shade. You know what? We might do the contour shade and then we might do a little bit of mixing with the blushes. Usually when I'm skeptical about bronzers, I usually start in the temple area here because it's like, oh, no one will notice if it's on my temples. Like, no one will care. But you know what? I don't think that this is horrible. A little patchy, a little bit. This one in particular is not my favorite, but it's doable. You guys saw how the blushes performed on my eyes. They're very, very, very pigmented. So I wanted to kind of tone it down with the neutral shade in the eyeshadows. This is pretty orange, but I am going to dust it off a little bit on the back of my hand. And what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to take the highlighter shade here called Light, and I'm going to do a shimmery blush situation. So I'm going to continue kind of blending it all on the back of my hand, and then I will take it on the cheeks. I'm just hoping that I just can get like a soft, peachy sheen because the eyes are so intense. All right, looks good so far. We're gonna go ahead with that highlighter called Light. I have used this on my actual cheeks before. It's not my favorite highlight by any means, but it's definitely doable. I just think that this formula for a highlighter is a little dry. It does make the skin look great in photos, you know, when I'm shifting, when I'm in really beaming lights, but I just think in person, it's just a little dry. You could definitely see your pores through this, so that's not that cute, but I mean, it works, and that's all that really matters. Let's not forget this palette also has lip shades in here. I think with this look, I think a vampy red would be so cool. So we're gonna go with the darkest one called Plum Red. I'm gonna take this on a lip brush and I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my lips with this color. I think now that I switched into a black shirt and I'm looking at this lip color, I want it to be a little darker. I'm going to use that kohl liner. I'm not gonna wear this red lip to school, by the way. You guys know me. I'm exclusively only wearing nude lips to everywhere of my life. But for the sake of this video, and I think for this look, we're gonna just deepen it up with a little eyeliner. All right, you guys, so day 1 of this series. I am so excited to give you guys more looks. I have so much up my sleeve, but I want to just do like a small, mini announcement. I'm only probably gonna mention it once on my channel, but if you don't follow me on Instagram, I wanted to let you guys know that I am having like a very intimate meetup at Art and Fair Mall in Sacramento in the Macy's at the Shiseido counter. I will be there on November 29th from 11 to 6 p.m. So if you wanted to stop by, if you wanted me to test any makeup on you or talk a little bit more about skincare with you, or even just hang out, take pictures, whatever you guys want, I will be there 11 to 6. This isn't an official meet and greet. Let me make that clear. It's not an official meet and greet, but I wanted to invite some of you guys in case you do want to come and have a little chit chat with me. So I hope you guys all enjoy this look, and if you guys are going to come, I look forward to seeing you guys there. And that's it for all of my announcements today. So I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.